And finally, it's normal to feel nervous. Your audience is not going to notice. They're on your side. And use some of those methods we've spoken about to exude that confidence that you're going to need on the day. So, that preparation practice, we've spoken about some of the places we can do that, but let's really give the preparation and practice what it really needs. Preparation and practice lead to excellence. The majority of speakers recognize the value of careful preparation and regular rehearsal before delivering a presentation. But successful speech presentations consist more than just devising the idea. Writing down notes and speaking before a lectern 10 minutes later. No. It's the difference between a truly excellent speaker and an average one is the amount of preparation put into your presentation. If you've got a really well-developed presentation for your pitch, you should be able to describe all of the key points within that presentation, knowing I'm going to talk about this, then I'm going to talk about this, then I'm going to talk about that, and then I'm going to wrap up and close. That preparation means that you know the speech, you know the presentation from start to finish. Yes, there'll be moments where, now what was I saying? But you'll know, eventually it comes back and gets in. So, what should we be doing as far as practice goes? Practice is obviously the best way to prepare for a presentation. Although, let's be real, relentless practice tends to be frustrating. Yep. And even can get to the point of undermining your presentation. But let's talk about what works. What you need to do is practice your ideas, not your words. You should be familiar with those ideas you want to share and focus on communicating those ideas instead of a memorized copy ad lib. Word for word perfect does not work. Ensure that you've got that special information, so stats, quotes on hand somewhere nearby. And that's where those visual aids can really help in that space. You might have a copy of your notes ready to go. Make sure that you've got a mental draft of that presentation. And that might be going through over and over again to certain points. If you're rehearsing, finish each rehearsal session. The last thing you want to do is, stuff that, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, no, do not stop. And my reason for doing this is if you falter, if you encounter a mistake, instead of stopping and starting all over again, you should indicate this trouble spot and mark it off, but resume. That way you get to build up the memory of you presenting the whole presentation. And at the end of that presentation dry run, you can go back to those check marks and go, that's a problem area. How do I fix that? It seems to be a problem for me. Add improvements gradually to your presentation. So when you're concentrating on improving that one specific area, so let's say we've got a problem area, focus on that one area to try and enhance that. You might think about, how do I present that with inflection and vocal variety? What sort of pacing might I be using? What does my body language look like as I'm presenting that particular component? And once that area has been mastered, work on the next improvement. And again, arrange for feedback. This is your most vital savior to any sort of presentation. Make sure that you ask for feedback. because ultimately, if you're going out to your friends and family and asking them what their thoughts are of the delivery, they're going to provide you with items that you can work on, but also what they took away and how they felt about your presentation. That's important. The other option, is not so fun. If you can't find friends and family, don't be afraid to record yourself. And it's going to look awkward. Don't get me wrong. I've rehearsed many a presentation on my phone, looking like an idiot, and then play it back. That way you get a moment to see what it looks like, see what works, what's not working, and play it back for that self-evaluation component. Really important to get that real practice down pat.